Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week number 5. It's amazing we're at week number 5 of HRD 631, the Adult Learner. I want to thank everybody for the attention to detail that you've been giving our discussion posts. I thought last week, week number 4, was one of the best that we've had so far. And just a couple of points on your discussion post. Once again, you don't have to go overboard. You don't have to write 5,000 words. If you keep it in the 100 to 300 word range, that is fine. The idea of this is to get your initial post done by Wednesday and then comment on others. And I think we're doing a great job with that. Anytime that you can cite the references that you're discussing is a good thing, even if you're just mentioning something that a classmate had said or something that you picked up from one of the PowerPoints. That is perfectly fine. So thank you for sticking with that. Great work on your discussion post. If you look at the assignments at the end of week number 4, which is actually tomorrow, which starts on Monday, I will be grading and providing some comments on your discussion post. So this is once again just in effect a check-in period. You will get a grade. It's 25 points. Overall for the course, you have 100 points for your discussion post. So the first 4 weeks of the class is 25 maximum points. You'll get a grade on that, and then I'll provide some comments. So I should have that done by the end of the week. So let's get right on to week number 5. Week number 5 is, to me, it's all important, but week number 5, we get into topics, adult learning theories. So you may know the word pedagogy. This week we're going to be looking at pedagogy. We're going to be looking at andragogy. Some people call it andragogy. And it's really the theory or the ideas associated with adult learning. How do adults learn? There's some debate whether or not this is a theory, whether or not this is a set of assumptions. I tend to lean towards the set of assumptions ideas. Early on in my formal study of adult education, I think I was in the theory camp, that this was really a credible theory. And I'm not saying it's not important, but over time, in what I've learned, I believe more that it's a set of assumptions about how and why adults learn. So I'll leave that up to you. I'll get right to the materials. Week number 5, if you're looking at this, you're looking at the introductory video. Some of the learning objectives: develop an understanding of various learning theories, models, and frameworks. We're going to look at Knowles' andragogy, McCluskey's theory of margin, Jarvis' model of learning process. And each one of these in itself, we could spend a semester on. But as I've mentioned before, this is a survey course. We cover a lot of topics in a relatively short period of time. And it may feel like we're going deep on each one of them, but in reality, there's a lot more that we could go deeper on. We also are looking at a really major aspect of adult learning, which is self-directed learning and implications for educational practices or instructional practices. So let's get to the specifics. I'd like you to read chapters 5 and 6. Look at the pro model. It's a 1-page diagram. And then we have an optional electronic reserve, learning beyond adulthood. I have a PowerPoint that I put together on chapters 5 and 6. And then, as you can see, we have some additional videos that I'd like you to take a look at. I think that McCluskey's theory of margin is just one of those fascinating subjects that describes mathematically how somebody is able to deal with, an adult is able to deal with life, and also how are they able to deal with pursuing educational opportunities. And if you click on this, it's a WordPress, I'll go right up here. This is where you're going to go to. I really like this description and this visual of McCluskey's theory. So you have the power to deal with the load. Basically, the load is work, home, life responsibility. They put pressure on the individual, and the power is the ability of the individual to deal with the load. So if you have a tremendous amount of load going into your life, meaning your job, meaning you might have a family, meaning you might have you might have experienced something traumatic, divorce, loss of a job, loss of a spouse or a parent, something major, but you might have all of this, which is considered the load. And then you have the power, and this really has, what is the power? And what I always think of the power as, you might have a great support system around you. You might have great friends. You might have a supportive workplace. So the power is how effectively you deal with all of the demands on life. And then the margin is really the mathematical equation of, actually it's all a mathematical equation, but it's the margin is really what you have either left over or what you do not have. So take a look at this. I found this to be a very helpful, relatively short document on this whole idea, this whole theory. Okay, let me go back to the week 5 materials, and that's right in there. Upcoming assignments. We have the exploration project question. Now, this is not the exploration project. This is just the question, and I'll go through a little bit on that. I'd like you to participate in a discussion forum for this week. So let me get right to some of the things that I have a 2-page document on the overview and the framework for week number 5, summary of the chapters, a PowerPoint presentation, electronic reserve articles, an advanced organizer for those that are looking over the fence at the materials that are upcoming, and then the exploration questions. So I'm going to click on this. So you come down here, click on that again. So here, so here are some questions from previous classes. And the question is really the first part of this whole exploration project. And what I'm asking you to send in is really, what is the question that you're thinking about? And a lot of times I get this, I might look at it and say, this is perfect, shoot you back a comment saying just that. You have a great question, go with it. But other times I might have some comments about how to make it a little smaller, meaning what you proposed is enough for a doctoral dissertation, or how do you make it a little bit bigger? So I encourage you to take a look at these previous class questions, and I think it might give you an idea of really what it is that I'm looking for. Also, if you have any questions, any potential ideas, any draft topics that you're interested in, questioned, shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to help out with that. Okay, let me go back. So that's where that is. I'm going to go back to the week 5 materials. Come down to the bottom once again. So where's everything located? Here's the question. There's your discussion forum for the week. So I'm going to click on this, the exploration project question. And as you can see, it's just like how we've done in the past. This is the question. There's some information in the syllabus about the entire project, not just the question. But as I said, the question really drives your entire project. Okay, that is it from me. If you have any questions, please let me know. As for those that have reached out to me, I am always here to help. Now, one thing, I may be scheduling a optional Zoom meeting coming up this week. I will let you know If so, I will send out an announcement tomorrow or Monday morning, and it will probably be next Thursday. So I'm not guaranteeing anything at this point, but stay tuned. Keep an eye out for the announcements, and if we don't do it this week, we'll do it the following week. So that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And once again, thank you for the effort that you've put in so far. Hard to believe that we are, we're completing actually, we're going into the second third of the class. So congratulations. Keep up the good work. Let me know how I can help.